Well, good morning, everybody. And first of all, I want to apologise very sincerely that I'm not with you this morning. I would love to be there to support the European Student Forum when they are launching this very exciting and very innovative initiative, Europe on Track. But I have to be in Dublin this morning. We have the Irish presidency coming up after Christmas, so my work takes me there. However, I'm very pleased to have the opportunity to do this short little introduction for you and to wish everybody well on their journey on Europe on Track. And I suppose, in a way, it's a very appropriate title, Europe on Track, because a lot of us are actually asking ourselves, is Europe on the right track? And I think we need to hear different voices when we ask that question. And I think you will enable us to hear some of those different voices, because my role, I'm a public representative, and that means I am supposed to represent the public or represent my constituents. And of course, while I make many efforts to listen to what my constituents are saying and to hear what they're saying, I'm constrained by time. So I think what you are doing, you are playing a very important role, and you are strengthening what we would call representative democracy by backing it up with participative democracy, because you are going to participate and you are going to let the voices of those who might not be heard in the debate, you are going to let those voices be heard. And I think this is a really exciting and innovative project. I'm energised to think that 6 young people are going to interrail around Europe, and they're going to engage with other young people. And this is a real engagement. This isn't just box ticking. This is very much interactive, and it's about giving an opportunity for voices to be heard, and also a space, an online space for people to interact. And it's very important that we as politicians have some understanding of what young people expect from Europe 2020. That phrase, Europe 2020, just trips off my tongue, but what does it mean to all of those young people out there? What would they like to see? And it's really important that we get an opportunity as policymakers to hear those voices and to engage with those voices. So I want to congratulate everybody who is involved in this project. I think it's really exciting and interesting, and it is also really important. I'm also very pleased that the 6 young people will all be volunteers, because I support volunteering as chair of the volunteering interest group in the Parliament, and having been very actively involved in the European Year on Volunteering, I'm delighted that the 6 people will be volunteers. And I know one thing for certain: they will get as much out of this as they put into it. 1 or 2 final comments before I let you get on with your business this morning. I think it's very important to say that in the negotiations on the budget, as we call it here in the Parliament, that Member States need to recognise that we need an adequate budget for the European Union. And so that projects like, for example, Erasmus projects and mobility projects continue to be financed. Because if you were to ask me, what is Europe about? In one sentence, it's about the free movement of goods, people and services. And mobility is a huge part of that, and it must be encouraged. So I think the message needs very clearly to go out to Member States that the EU needs an adequate budget to continue with very important programmes like, for example, Erasmus. So finally, I just want to wish everybody well. I want to congratulate in particular the European Student Forum for taking this initiative, and obviously working with Interrail. I want to congratulate them as well. I think it's very exciting, it's very innovative, and it's new. And to me, the important thing is what happens when all of this is over. You know, when the journey is finished, what happens to all the learning? What happens to all the ideas? And I think that's where the Parliament and other institutions, but I can only speak for the Parliament, where we can play a very important role. So I will keep in contact with the European Student Forum, because what your volunteers learn, what the young people of Europe have to say to us, that message must be transmitted back. We have to try to ensure that the message gets back to policymakers so that it is, we close the circle, as it were. This isn't just about listening. This isn't just about consulting. It's also about ensuring that the message comes back and that that message is used to inform policy and to build this Europe 2020 that all of the young people in Europe, I hope, are looking forward to. And all I can say is that between all of us, I hope in some way we can keep Europe on the right track.